Hello and welcome to Wally Bois, and in this video I want to show you how I will transform this top of this spindle moulder that I've neglected. Yeah, because I shoved it in the barn next door, shoved a load of covers over it, and I just got it out because I want to sell it. And look at the state of it, it's covered in rust. Not a little bit of rust, a lot of rust. So what we're going to do, we're going to clean it up. But we're not going to clean all of it up, no, because otherwise the video will be too long. I'm going to show you how I will clean this up and make it all sparkly, but only half of it. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer to see what we're up to, and I'll explain each step along the way. It's not the first time I've done it. So we're going to make that, or half of that tabletop on this spindle moulder, look a bit more like that, which is my table saw. So there you go. That's what we're going to do. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm not editing this video, so there might be a few mistakes, so please forgive me. Heyo, hopefully I won't take my fingers off. So first of all, we've got to remove the fence arrangement for the spindle moulder. And as you can see, this is as it was, as I just pulled it out of the barn next door. I say it's a barn, it's actually my second workshop, but it's my messy workshop where I process my timber. So I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see what's going on and see how beautiful this top is of this spindle moulder. You'll be surprised, you will. How oh no, it's not. It's horrible. Look at the state of that. So let's bring it in there like that. Okay, so what side should we do? I'll tell you what, I'm going to clean this side here, so then we can, well, see what that side looks like in comparison. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I think I need to clean it off. So should we do that with a brush? That might be a start, mightn't it? Yeah, so I'll grab a brush. Oh God, state of that. Look at that. This is so embarrassing. Alright. But before I go any further with this, that needs to be removed. This is a paint component. And at the moment it's got a little bob and sander part fitted in there. Let's move my beer out of the way, otherwise it's going to get... I don't get dust on my beer, do I? So, first of all, I'm going to blow it all out, with a blower. Well, you can use whatever you like. You can use your mouth if you like, but shut your eyes. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this on. Where's that? Just a second. I'll put this in. I've got a filter here which will keep the air a little bit cleaner. Yeah, because that's all going to go in the air. And yes, I should have worn a mask. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, so far so good. So, I've got the pen. Totally unnecessary, but we're going to do it anyway. Halfway, and we're going to do this half here. We're going to make that all shiny and polish it all up lovely. I'll turn that fan off in a moment. I'll try not to take too long on this video because my video's always too long, you see. So what I'm going to do, first of all, because it's quite pitted. Now, it's in a bit of a state. Yeah, it should be a bit of a state, but it is in a bit of a state, and it's my own fault for neglecting it because it's not a very old machine. No, silly me. So what we're going to do first of all is remove the majority of the excess rust. Now, if you watch like the videos online, that dust's gone, that's done its job. Just turn that filter off. Oh, can't reach. Oh no. That's better. I bet that was making a racket, wasn't it? Hey? So, my dogs are back at dinner outside, but never mind. So, first of all, I'm going to remove the excess rust. There's various ways you can do this, and some people show you like rust remover and all that sort of stuff. The flipping thing is cast iron. We're not trying to repair a motor car. No, it's cast iron, and if it's pitted, it's pitted. Plain and simple. The only way you can get rid of that is actually getting it remachined, you know, taking it down to an engineer shop somewhere and they can skim it for you. But I'm not doing that. No, because I want to sell it. I don't want to lose all my money just skimming the top. It's pointless. And it's only slightly pitted, isn't that bad? So we're going to remove the excess rust first, and how I'm going to do that is with one of these. This little old grinder, a little angle grinder that happens to have a wire brush installed. Now, what I'm going to do is, most of it can be done with this. Yeah, but then we'll do the next stage. Now you can, if you want, just use a sander like that. Yeah, this little DA sander could be what, like a little Bosch Pexler, could be an electric one if you like, but this is an air sander. And you can work your way down the grits. I wouldn't go any lower than 120 and use a worn, like an old disc. Don't use a new one. I was going to create loads and loads of swirl marks in the top. Use an old one. And the reason why I say use the peaks would be gone in the grits, but also you've still got the gap in between, so it clears itself easily. So you can work your way down the grits, then go down to about 320 grit. And then I'll do your final ones with a bit of lubricant, such as, you can use white spirit if you like. With an air sander, it doesn't matter, because if it gets wet, it doesn't matter. But we're going to use this to start with, because I've found this works the best, especially if you've got a bit of pitting, because it takes out the little rusty bits out of all the little holes, you see. So that's what we're going to do first. How quick was that? Remember, this is real time, you know. So, it's not finished. Don't get me wrong, it's not finished yet. So that's the quickest way to remove the bulk of the actual corrosion in the surface of the actual top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm now going to work my way down my grits with this little DA sander. This is an air DA sander, a bit like a Merkur sander, but this is a Chinese import thing. Just, it's a little rubbishy one. But it works. It does work. Right, so I'll start with a 120 grit. An old, partially used 120 grit, such as one of these. There you go, that'll do. Yeah, perfect. Because what we've got here, although I've removed a lot of little bits of rust, there's still some rust on the surface, like hard, it's been there a while, you see. So we're going to sand that first. You can see, I don't know if you can see that there, but it's changed colour to a bit of red, because I've just sanded the top of the rust off. By the way, this is the quick way of doing it. Close, you probably see from there, can't you? But as you can see, it is very, dirty now, because I've taken off a little bit of metal with it. But as long as you keep that sander completely and utterly flat, you're not going to take off enough metal to create a proper alignment or dips and stuff like that. That's poppycock. You're not going to do that. It's going to take you a very, very long time for that to ever happen with your sander. You have to stay there all day to create that little pot off. So, basically, as you can see here, compared to that side, it's a massive change already. In relatively no time whatsoever. If you wonder what that noise is, that's my compressor kicking off in the background. You know what I mean? My mouth is getting dry with all that dust. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that so far, but it's not finished yet, no. My next stage is going to, I need a bit of lubricant. I do a bit of KY jelly, but we'll get me some KY jelly for the bathroom. Or was it the cabinet next to the bed? That was one of the two. Can't remember now. No? Oh, white spirit, that I have to do. So what I did, I put a bit of white spirit on there. And first of all, it's a solvent, you see, and obviously that's greasy. So I'm just going to wipe that off first, a bit like that. You should be wearing gloves, by the way, like I say, do as I say, not to do. It looks better already, that's perfectly serviceable like that, but we're going to take it a little bit further. So we're going to go down the grits a little bit. Change the grit to a 240. Yet again, it's a used disc, as you can see, an old disc. And I'm going to make sure I've got a little bit of lubricant on here still. So it don't take long, does it? If you know, don't be that daunting. You know, obviously you can do this by hand, obviously, it'll take a bit longer. Remember, keep it flat. Don't be tempted to lift it up because you've got a stubborn bit. There goes my compressor again. Well, as you can see, if you can look on here, you see it's a bit dark and a bit sort of swirly. Well, that is like little pieces of metal mixed with the white spirit. And that's what that black stuff is. So basically, you take a very small amount of metal off with the actual top as you do it, and it's a bit like when you're doing your brass. The brass sound. So I'm going to change that now, so that's useless now obviously. So a much finer disc. This is now it's a 320. Yeah, again it's worn. Oh, got to wipe it off first. It says that metal all the time, isn't it? You've still got a few little pit marks here, but you're not going to get rid of them. There's no point trying unless you want to get it machined. No point trying though. It's got to do, you know, it's a tool and it's got to do a job, isn't it? It's not about it, oh, how pretty your tools are, oh. I'm no tool tough, look at that. I do like tools, I love hand tools, and I like looking after them generally. Although I failed here, I did. It's not a hand tool though, so I'm allowed. Now these final stages, I'm going to bring you in even closer. Oh, ain't you lucky? There we go, let's bring you a bit lower. There we are. Oh, look at that. Look at the difference though, eh? Can't be bad. So now what we're going to do is just wipe it all off. Look at that. Now you saw how bad that was. You can see it over there, can't you? You know, that's how bad it was. Now look at it, you've still got a little bit of pitting in this area here. It's not perfect. And yes, you could do a bit more on it. But doesn't really need it if it's a tool that's got to do its job. At the moment, when a piece of wood comes off this, it's not going to leave, like, well, a piece of, well, yeah, rust all over it. Now, so the next stage is, oh, we've got to let it dry off. You know, evaporate, the white spirit evaporate, turpentine, whatever you're using. Using alcohol, I suppose. Just don't use a beer, it's a waste. So, you've got a choice here of what you can use. This is just lubricating wax by Liberon, and it is good stuff, but it's, I don't know if I'll be able to get any out of it. Oh, we've got some in there, that's it. So, let's just give it a good old shake first. There, that's right. And use a rag, and you apply a little bit of that on there. Not as much as I put on there because I've already done it a bit, but there you go. And that will protect the top and prevent it from rusting as easily. Some people use a bit of water-based lacquer and literally wipe it off straight away. So literally wipe some on. Might sound a bit strange, but that is something you can do. I don't like it because it just leaves like, it's nowhere near smooth. you need your tops to be smooth. Even after waxing it, still nowhere near as smooth as it is if you just put wax on. You just got to make sure you keep it in good check. You know, if you get water on it, get it off. If you notice any corrosion started, get it off quick as possible. And if you regularly wax the top, it will look like that and not like that. So there you go. What do you reckon? Didn't take long, did it? You know, okay, I was yabbering. And needless to say, when you yabber, it takes longer. But if also better. But if you want to do it, you can have it done in that 10 minutes. You know? But if you're going to do it by hand, it's going to take a lot longer. From that to that. Can't be bad. Anyway, don't forget to click like and subscribe and maybe a little bell icon, because then you get one thing in your pocket every time I upload and have a video. Oh, okay. Well, it's time for me to go, as I'll say ta-ta, you know, ta-ta.